it recording? It's pending. Is it pending? Okay, I'm recording. Did people get in? Okay, if you're here while we're waiting for like other people to do name check, just go ahead, go to Google Classroom and download like the PowerPoint file and data file for today. It's already posted. Just try to share screen. And today when you talk, like even like during name check or presentation, please turn on your camera so I see you too. Just, I mean, you don't need to turn it on all the time, but like when you talk, at least turn it on. Okay, let me try to share. So you guys see my screen, right?
Yes ค่ะ
Okay, so go to Google Classroom, just download the materials. Is this one here. Today we are going to, it's quite a long case, so I think we'll spend both like the morning and afternoon for this case. So that's why there's like only one post for the, what's going on? So it's not it. Hold on. No, not this one. Just not this one. Sorry. So today would be this one, the 5.1-5.2 LPG cans.
อาจารย์คะวันนี้มีเช็คชื่อไหมอะคะ
Can ค่ะ
อ๋อนี่เช็คไปเลยอ๋อ
Yeah. So this one is the one we will use today. I haven't checked the name yet. So I don't know if we have all the people here. That seems to be 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll just start on name checking then. Please turn on your camera when you're talking, like even name check or presenting, okay? And I think you can type if you don't have a microphone. Let me try to get the show conversation. I'll type something. See if you get this. If you turn on like the chat thing, you could see like chat here on the side. So if your microphone has any problems, just like type in. I'll do the check, name check. Kewali.
มาค่ะ
Turn on your camera too when you pronounce your name. Kandanai.
มาครับ
Pumpat.
มาครับ
It doesn't show. Oraya.
มาค่ะ
Piyatida.
มาค่ะ
Tapat. Tapat.
มาครับ
ปฐมพร
ม ครับแต่ติดปัญหาแป๊บนึงเดี๋ยวเปิดกล้องทีหลังครับ
พิชชยา
มาค่ะ
รักอิฐ
มาครับ
พาทร
มาครับ
นิรชา
มาค่ะ
ธีรพลเป็น
มา
ริ้ว
ครับ
ลมริ้วลมธีรพลมาริ้วลมหนูเมลิสา
มาค่ะ
หัสนา
มาค่ะ
สัตตพร
มาครับ
ปุญญานุช
มาค่ะ
ชานิการ
มาค่ะ
ลาบ
มาครับ
กวิน
มาครับ
นัทธนิชา
มาค่ะ
มนัสพงศ์
มาครับ
เห็นบอกล็อกอินไม่ได้ใช่ไหมคะ
ครับไปถึงผมแล้วครับ
ฉีดวัคซีนอยู่เหรอ
อ๋อใช่เดี๋ยวผมไปฉีดวัคซีนครับอีกว่า10 โมงครับอาจารย์
ใช่
ก็เลยเข้ามาเช็คชื่อก่อนครับ
พันธิราวิชเนต
มาครับ
แล้วตอนฉีดวัคซีนฟังวิดีโอได้ใช่ไหมคะ
ฟังได้ครับ เดี๋ยวหยิบไปฟังดู
พันธิรา
มาค่ะ
จิรายุ
มาครับ
รัตนักรัฐธรรมนูญ รัฐธรรมนูญ
มาครับ
โชตนรินทร์
มาครับ
ธนาธร
มาครับ
นัทพงศ์
มาครับ
มหิทธรมหิธรบางคนไม่รู้หรือเปล่าว่าล็อกอินอันเนี้ยนัทชวัฒน์
มาครับ
พีรยา
มาค่ะ
นัทพงศ์ธารินทร์
มาครับ
บูทันวิน
มาครับ
นิวเย็น
มาค่ะ
พิทวัฒน์
มาครับ
เสถียรพงศ์
มาครับ
วารุธ
มาครับ
ศิริญญา
มาค่ะ
พัชระไมย
มาค่ะ
ทิพระวี
มาค่ะ
พัทราพร
มาค่ะ
สุจินทร์
มาค่ะ
อินทนนท์
มาครับ
สุรัมพา
มาค่ะ
นัทธิดา
มาค่ะ
some people I didn't get the name ริ้วลมไหมอะคะ no มหิทธรมหิธรยังเนาะ นัทพงษ์ noนัทพงษ์ okay นัทพงษ์ you're here right นัทพงษ์
ครับอาจารย์
ค่ะโอเคชักเช็คชื่ออยู่พอดี Two missing มหิธร and ลิ้วลม Okay, today when you do presentation, please turn on the camera. When you're talking, like during learning, you don't need to, but then if you answer questions, then turn on the camera as well. Okay, let's just get started. I'm sharing my screen, right? Okay, so go to classroom, and also if you like have troubles, you can type. Yeah, I saw your message. I got it. I got your message. Yeah. Okay. So today's just go to Google Classroom and download this for today, and then I'll just get started. So today we will discuss about LPG Galaxy case. It's just like a case study that will get to do like different functions and then analysis as well. So what will be covered in this? Oh, am I recording? In-Yong, can you check is it being recorded?
It is being recorded ครับ
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so what will be covered in this case is date pairs. And then we will talk about linking two data sheets together when you have like data in two different Excel sheets. And what we will use is called relationship. Then we will talk about constructing charts, which is we already did some last time. And constructing dashboards. Also, we will use a chart called sorry. Hello. Did anyone say anything? No.
ครับผม we can hear you ครับ
No, I thought I heard someone saying something. Okay. And then we will talk about analyzing data, and the dashboard that we will create today would be somewhat interactive. We will talk about that, and then we will also discuss forecasting in Tableau, which is somewhat like a simple forecasting. And in the afternoon, we will work on the analysis of the case, and then you will go ahead and make presentation. So this is the assumption or kind of like the situation here. Let's just pretend that we are working for LPG Galaxy Company Limited as an analyst. And then your company's main products are liquefied petroleum gas filled tanks. Your company's customers comprises various industries around Thailand. So it's going to cover like different region or provinces around Thailand. It is almost the end of the fiscal year, and the company's top management would like to plan their next year's operations and marketing campaigns. Your task is to provide top management with insights of this year's sales that can help with their decisions. And top management may also include shareholders in case that they want to use the information to present to the shareholders to get more like investment and so on. And you have decided to create a dashboard that can provide large amount of information clearly. So the information needed for the dashboard will include, first is we want to show the demand of LPG tanks each month. So if we want to see this, let's just think a bit what chart would be suitable. If there are we want to see the trend and how it fluctuates. If it's a bar chart, it may be difficult to see. Then probably a better chart would be line chart. So we can easily see if it goes up and down during various months. So we will be plotting a line chart. Next, we want to show proportion of demands for each sector, and we will use the pie chart. Three, we will show the proportion of demands for each type of business using a tree map chart. Then we want to show a map that displays the demand for each province. And we want to be able to tell the number of companies for each sector that are our customers. And we will use bar chart for this one. Because it's to think of whether we should use a line chart or bar chart. Maybe the rule of thumb is bar chart does not really work well with time-related data. So if you want to show relationship between the data and time, it's probably wiser to use line chart. But then if you want to compare different things which is not related to the time or a series of things, then bar chart may be okay. So for the number of companies for each sector, then we will use a bar chart. Now, the next step is to create a comprehensive dashboard that contains all the information from 1 to 5, and then include an interactivity. That means if we choose something, the data is going to change according to the parameter that we choose. That's what is meant by interactive. The dashboard, the interactivity in the dashboard will allow you to view information for each year of filtered data. And finally, we would want to see some forecasting. So this is the picture of what it might look like for the chart, the dashboard. I'm missing 2 people. Did they join yet? Liulom and Mahiton
มาแล้วครับอาจารย์
who
ลิ้วลมครับอาจารย์
Liulom Mahiton มายังคะ Mahiton no Okay, so the first step is to import the data and prepare the data. So just go to Google Classroom, download lpgtanks.xls and save in a folder. By the way, this you would have to turn in the workbook at the end of the class or latest like 4:30 p.m. This would be individual part. The group work would be in the afternoon. Okay, so open Tableau and then connect the file just like the way we did last time using the Microsoft Excel. So download this file here. And then just go to Excel, import the file. And you can see there are like 1, 2, and 3 sheets in here. So first drag demand to the data pane, workspace. I'll show you a bit about like data pass. Let's see if there's some. We have to do data pass here, date pass, I mean. Let's see if I have to unshare it and then share the system sound. Stop sharing. Include computer sound. Well, I guess I cannot, huh? Hold on, I'll have to use another computer. Ooh. Hold on. Trying to get in from another computer. Okay. Am I in? Yes. Slide. Hold on, okay. Sorry, bear with me. Okay, In Young, maybe you can share just the presentation, the video that I sent the link. Do you see the link
Let me check ครับ
in the meeting chat?
โอเคครับ the meeting chat I cannot see ครับอาจารย์ for the chat
Okay, I'll send to you a line then.
ครับ Which video do you want me to play?
The link that I just sent. Is there a video?
There's no video ครับ
Oh, really? Okay, then never mind. Just bring it back to me then. So, okay. Just come back to my screen. So there's no video. Okay. So first, like, or maybe this one, is it? I'm not sure. It's the same. It's okay. Okay, just take a look that, like, the first thing that we need to do with this, just look at here. That's the year and the month, and they are separated into two columns. So we need to do something that's called a date pass. And if we think back, like normally date would be something that's like a hierarchy because we have the year that can be drilled down to the month and then, or even quarter, the year drilled down to quarter and then to month and then to date. So that means that the date is probably some type, like a special type of data. But then when we see this, like year and month, they are in separate columns. We are not going to be able to drill down like the hierarchy, right? And then here year is is a number, but the month is a string. So we need to do something to convert it to be the date type of the data. And this, it has to be in the format that Tableau can interpret it as a date field. Sometimes dates are separated into year and month column, just like in our case, then we have to do something to convert it to a date to be able to, for a Tableau to interpret it as a date. So what we need is either date command or date pass. Another thing to notice here, there's no date, like there's no day. So we only have like the year and the month over here. And they are separated into two columns. Date pass is a command in Tableau that will work when all the data is a string type. So if we look at this, the year is, I'm still recording, right? It's still recording.
Yes ครับอาจารย์
Okay. If we look at this, the month, I mean the year is a number. So we have to change it to string. So just double click on the hashtag and then check string to change it. And then it will change to ABC, which is a string type. It's just a bit slow. So now both year and month are string type. And the reason is because when we work with date parse, it will work only with string data that it can read. Then next, we want to combine month and year into another field using the date parse command and to make it interpreted as a date. There are two commands in Tableau that we can use for converting into the date field. And one is date parse and the other is date function. Date parse function will let you clearly define which parts of your field are which parts of the date. And so you are creating the map that let Tableau know to be able to translate the strings into a date field. And this is referred to like a format. Then the date function will convert numbers, strings, or date expression to a date type. And it's only needed when your data is not interpreted as a date. Sometimes only date parse is needed, but sometimes when you use date parse, it's not converting the data into date, then you need date function as well. So normally we would just start from date parse. But if date parse doesn't work, then you do date. Or you could just like make it redundant to make sure that it would work. Then you would use both date and date parse. Just like in the red letter here. I'll just go back a bit. So first step is convert the year from number to string, which we did that. Did everybody convert that? Yes, everyone's following. And then in the year column, click the hashtag. So this is converting into string type. And then we want to create a new field that is called date month. So click on any cell. It doesn't need to be the month or the year, okay? I'll just click on this just to show you that it would work. And then create calculated field. And then we want to name it date month. It's just like to know that it's a new field that we create. And we could try, I mean, if you want to make sure that it works, just type in date. And then it shows here, then you just click this. And then the format is date. And then you have to put the thing inside the parentheses. Then do date parse. So this is like, I'm using double command here. And then the format would be year, 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 month, month. One thing to notice, it doesn't really matter. You can do month, month, and year, 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 year as well. But just make sure that what follows is in the same order. That means if you use year, 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 month, month, then year has to come first here. But if you use month, month, year, 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 then month has to come first. So this one and then comma, then we just type year. It shows here, so just click on it. Okay, and then a plus sign and month. Okay, so this it will show that calculation is valid, meaning that we are typing what we typed is correct. So I'll just go and click OK. Just take a look here. It will show date in month first because this is in like the American format. So the month, and since we don't have date information, it would just show the date as 1 for all. and then 2000, just the year, which is the same as this. Just double check. And I'll just play around to see what if I change to use different formula, and I'll just do edit. And then let's see what if I swap the places. I still get the same. So it means it doesn't matter like where we choose, where like whether we display month first or year first, it's going to be the same, give me the same thing. Now let me try, what if I just use date parse, will it work? So I'll just delete date. Then it does work, but it just like, instead it will give me the time as well, which doesn't really matter here. Like we can work with this as well. So in this case, we could have just like done with using only date parse. Let me just use date just in case. So this is just to show that we can play around and see, like experiment different commands. Okay, so now I have created a new field that now would be interpreted as a date. From Tableau. Mahit, Ton, is he here? No. Okay, can someone show me the screen of what you did? Or like if you haven't done it, just show me that the steps to do this, the date parse. I'll call up someone. Liu Lom,
ครับอาจารย์
can you share your screen and then just
Okay.
share us like how to make the date parse thing?
But I have the problem ครับอาจารย์ because when I put the calculation field and it didn't show my answer ครับ the data didn't come in and show it ครับ เดี๋ยวผมแชร์ให้ดู
share your screen.
Yeah, done. Already put the calculation equation ครับ
It's
and
so small.
it's valid.
Did you change to string type, like the date, the year? Yes.
Yeah, just change.
Date parse. Yeah. Month, comma. Click OK. It doesn't work.
I think I mistyped it ครับ
Okay. Try.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Works. Thank you.
Can I stop my sharing?
Yes. Yes.
ครับ
Okay. Now, so we have the date now. Next, remember we have 2 data sheets, or I mean, actually we have 3, but we would want to get the information from 2 of the worksheets.
อาจารย์ครับ you didn't share screen
Oh, sorry. Okay. So yeah, next is we want to link 2 worksheets together as our data are into separated data sheets like Excel worksheets. So we want to also import the information from ID customer. So just drag this ID customer to here. And then notice it's already joined, and then it's asking, are we linking it? Like, are we combining the information with this ID customer column? If you go to look at each sheet, we will see that each has like the ID customer here for demand. And then if we click on here, it also has ID customer. So we're linking by the same field name. If the names in both worksheets, like of the columns, are not the same, then you would have to choose like which columns to really combine them. It has to match. If the data are not connected, you cannot form relationship to join both sheets. That means if you don't have like a common field, then you can't really join the two worksheets using the relationship. Okay, I think In Young, you would need to share this one now. Send video. It doesn't send us text. Hold on. Would it record your sharing if like it's recording from me?
Yes ครับ it will still appear in the video ครับ
Somehow this would just share as a. That was a video. Hold on. Here, this is the video. Okay, I'll send the link and then you just scroll here and. Okay. Sent.
โอเคครับสักครู่นะครับ Okay. Okay, let me share my screen. Oh, whoops.
I don't know why there are two videos. I'll send another link too.
So play this video first, right?
Yeah,
okay.
that's right.
Okay, I'll start playing the video.
Here we are in the Tableau Desktop UI. I've connected to the Bookshop dataset and I'm on the data source page. We can drag a table from the left to the canvas just like always. When we do, we see a preview of the data in the data grid below. Let's bring out a second table. This noodle represents the relationship between these tables. These tables are now related, not joined. Tableau automatically chooses related fields if it can, but we can always choose our own or add another set of related fields. There are also performance options, but only change them if you understand what they are and what the settings should be for your data. If that's not the case, rest assured that the defaults are safe and your results will be accurate. When we've clicked on the author table, we see the columns for just that table in the data grid below. When we click back on the book table, we see the book tables columns in the data grid. This is a hint as to what is going on with relationships. Unlike with joins, relationships do not merge tables together. Instead, we simply set up the relationship, then use the fields in the view. Tableau automatically figures out the join type, the right aggregation, and how to handle nulls. Most of the time, relationships will work and can be used as the default way to combine data. There are some instances where you may still want to create a join, such as for row-level security, when the filtering behavior of a join is desired. To create a join, double-click on the first table, and then bring out the second table. And now we see the same join experience as in the past. When we close the physical layer, or join canvas, we get back to the logical layer, or relationship canvas, the new default. Unions and blends are also still available as ways to combine data and function as before. If you open a workbook that was built before relationships were available, if you go to the data source page, you'll see a single table on the canvas called Migrated Data. Double-click to open the physical layer and view the existing data model. It will function identically to before, as will your analysis. And you can extend the data model as desired, including by adding relationships. When we go to a Sheet tab, we can see there's a different treatment in the data pane as well. Each table has a distinction between dimensions and measures, instead of dimensions at the top and measures at the bottom. There is a general area below the tables at the bottom, and if we have a calculation that, say, has fields from multiple tables, that calculation will live here. If we create calculations or groups that are relevant to single tables, there is also no longer a number of records field. The data source is not combined into a single flattened table. All the related tables stay separate. So each table has a count field, which can be thought of as a local number of records for that table. Similarly, if we view data, each table gets its own tab because there's no holistic single table for the data source. If we were to view data for a mark in the view, we'd have a summary tab and a tab for each table contributing a measure or for certain calculations. Relationships are the new default way to combine data, and they work in most situations. Because related data sources don't merge tables, data duplication is a thing of the past. Because measures stay in their native tables, totals and aggregations are more intuitive. Because the data model is aware of how tables are related, unmatched values are handled for you. Instead of thinking about how to join your data, start thinking about how to use it. Try relationships out for yourself. You can download the Bookshop data or use some of your own.
Okay, so this one is just like trying to explain that there are two type. Like you can either use the relationship, or another more complicated way would be join. And by using the relationship, it doesn't really combine, like merge the two tables. It's just linking them by the same field. and data would just stay in separate tables for each. But if you use join, then it will combine everything and put into like the same table. Who's typing something? Someone here who just came in. Is it? Who just came in? Hello. No. Okay, Inyoung, you can try the other video.
Here we are in the Tableau desktop UI. I've connected to the Bookshop dataset and am on the data source page.
So
We can drag a table from the left to the canvas just like always. When we do, we see a preview of the data in the data grid below. Let's bring out a second table. This noodle represents the relationship between these tables. These tables are now related, not joined. Tableau automatically chooses related fields if it can, but we can always choose our own or add another set of related fields. There are also performance options, but only change them if you understand what they are and what the settings should be for your data. If that's not the case, rest assured that the defaults are safe and your results will be accurate. When we've clicked on the author table, we see the columns for just that table in the data grid below. When we click back on the book table, we see the book tables columns in the data grid.
Is this the same video?
Hint as to what
I think it is, Awajan.
It's different link, but it's the same, right?
I think so,นะครับ. I mean, the time is a bit different, 1 second different, so I thought it was a different video, but seems like it is. Let me just quickly check. I think it is the same video.
Same one, okay. Then yeah, then we can skip it, I guess. Server does multi-table normalized analysis. Is this one that you just played?
ครับผมอาจารย์ like it's a different
Different link, but same
articles,
video.
right, ครับ
Oh, okay.
ครับ Do you want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
How do I get back to mine? Am I disconnected?
You have to click share content again ครับ
I'm still in, right?
Yep.
Hold on, I'm trying to get back to this. Okay. Screen. Okay. Did someone just come in? Who just came in? Is Mahiton here? No? Okay, so we have joined the tables. Did everyone get the tables like relationship? Anybody stuck? No? So next we will talk about the charts and dashboard. So we want to create like at least 6, actually 7, because the 7th one is the forecasting. So the first one would be demand for LPG tanks each month. Use a line chart. So we will go, first we make a data table. We want to make a data table just to show the demand and the data of monthly demand, just to make it easier for us to get the understand it. So go to sheet 1. Sheet 1 here. And start creating the table by, first we want to name the sheet table. And then drag date month to rows. Date month here to rows. Date month is, by the way, what we have just created. Why doesn't it let me drag? To rows. Okay, it will show here like the date month. And first it would be the aggregated. Remember that it will always, the default would be aggregated. So the highest level of aggregation is year for the date. Now next, click show me and select text labels, which is this one. It's already there. It would change to this format. Date would be in row. Drag demand in units per month into the column in the table that contains the text ABC. Another way is to drag demand onto text on the Mars card. So there's like demand in units per month to the text here. It will show the demand up here. Or if I do another way, I'll just do remove and then drag demand onto the ABC up here. Which is just, I don't know why it's not showing the table. Yeah, okay, I need to click this to show the table. So we could do both ways to get the table. Somehow, why is my date month now? Let me try it again. Drag date month. Why is this showing here? Drag date month to row. It could be either column or row, actually. Date month. Just do no, I want row. Okay, and then I'll drag demand to here. Now I have this table, which looks like this, and it's aggregated by the year. We can actually drill down now. That is a date field. You see the plus sign. If you click, it will drill down to the quarter. And then if we click more, it will drill down to the month. Notice here that it like starts from the year and then quarter, then month, and then it's gonna be day. But since we only have one day in per month here, then it's just like that. It doesn't really matter. So I'll just like remove it. I can remove it. And if I don't need the quarter, I can just remove it as well. Then I would have like a table with the month and the demand per month. So we have drilled down And then we end up with this table. Can someone just show their screen and show like, just walk through what I just did? I'll call up someone. Jilayu.
ครับผม
Okay, share your screen and just do what like we just discussed.
เห็นไหมครับ
Okay, นะคะแบบนี้
first I
Yeah.
drag it to low and then I click on the pass button and choose change quarter to month and then I drag demand to text. Yes.
So you did the column first and then you drag the information
Yes.
later. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Okay. Come back to my screen. So now we have a table of monthly demand. And we actually didn't really want the table. We want a line chart. We can just like make another worksheet or we just duplicate it. So let's just duplicate. And then rename this line chart. Line chart 1. And up here, notice that the name up here and the sheet's name is the same. And then we just go to show me and choose this one. Is going to be a line chart here. And this line chart just show like the month and year. It's just like showing every month of every year. So this is because like to be able to see the relationship between the data and the time, line chart is preferred. So you can see the trend of how it fluctuates. Well, this is by doing the copy. We can try another way. Just let's do it from scratch. We can do, just name it line chart. I'll just name this line chart from table or something. I will delete it later. So drag date to columns. It's just date month, by the way. I'll do this. Date month to columns. And then drag demand to rows. And it just showed the year, so let's see. Well, it doesn't really work. I'll change this to month. And then that's like a difference between this one and this one. Do you know, like, do you see what's the difference? Anybody knows?
The first line chart have year.
Uh-huh. And what's happening to this one?
This is only month.
And do you know what the data is? What did they do with this? It's aggregated, right? So what's happening here is if we choose the month without the year, like here, where did it go? If you choose the month without the year, this 1 month, May, what happens is it's going to aggregate, like, for example, January is aggregating the demand in January of every year together. And then like February is aggregating February of every year. But if you choose the month, year, like this one, the month that has May 2015, it's going to separate like this into May of 2015, June of 2015, and so on. So this is the difference. I don't think I want this one though. Let's just go back to check here. What do we want? We want demand of each month. We probably want to see like the year as well. So let's just keep it first. Line chart by month. Aggregate. I'll just name it aggregate month. Line chart month year. Okay. Next,
Ajahn,
ค่ะ
can you show me the way to create the line chart aggregate again?
Okay. I'll call someone who can.
Okay, thank you.
Who would like to show? Who just asked me?
พาทรครับอาจารย์
พาทรเหรอคะ
ครับ
Okay, try sharing your screen. I'll see if I can talk you to it.
Alright, okay ครับ
Share your screen. Did you share your screen?
I think not yet. I think my team is not
It's not working. Okay, yeah, let me call someone else.
Can you see my screen right now?
No, I don't.
Alright. I think my team is not responding.
Okay. And then let me call up someone.
Okay.
Who else? ธีรพล Can you share your screen and then just like start from the beginning of how to create a line chart?
นะครับ
Just like make a new sheet and just like do it again to show how you come up to here. So drag demand, 2 columns. Date month. Date month. You want date month here? Okay. Is that date month? Choose the graph on the left. Okay, but this is aggregated. How do you change it to demand by month? I mean month of year. Okay. No. May 2015. Go back to the year, drop down, and then choose month May 2015. Down, 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 down more. The second, yeah, that one. Okay. Yep. Okay. This is how. Okay, got it. Pattern. Pattern. Do you get it now? Hello. Okay, thank you. Chirayu, right?
ทีละคนครับ เมื่อกี้ลืมเปิดไมค์
ธีรพล Okay, sorry.
ครับ
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's continue. So this is what we get. And what we want is like the date month, I mean the month, year. And we can edit the axis, like if it's not showing, you know, the information we want. So right click on the axis and then right click format. Format. And then let's see, alignment. What if we want it to be like down? Then it would change the alignment. And scales, shading. Yeah, we can change how it looks, how we want it to look. And then maybe the format. I don't want to change anything yet. Okay. So let's just take a break, 15 or 20 minutes. Okay. And we'll continue. Okay, guys, I'm back. You guys back? Not yet. Shout out if you are back, so we will continue. Oh, we have a lot. Okay, are you guys back?
Yes ครับ
Okay. Okay, let's continue. So we've created a line chart, and I think we will just use the one that is like the month, year, the one that doesn't aggregate. And then the second one is proportion of demands for each sector, which is a pie chart. So create a new worksheet. And name it pie chart. And then drag sector to rows. We want to show, let's just go back to this sheet a bit. We want to show the proportion of demands for each sector. So we want a sector. So drag sector to rows and demand to columns. Sector to rows and demand in units per month to columns. And then we will just get this. And let me see if I swap. This is like swapping rows and column, right? I'm just experimenting. So it gets the same. So it doesn't matter like if row is in the column or chart, or I mean, row or column. Like you can swap the row and column because it's a pie chart. It doesn't really matter. And so we get the pie chart. We click like on the show me, and then we choose this pie chart. And now it doesn't show any information, so we want to show the information of the sector and also the demand. And first of all, this is too small, so just use Shift Control B. If you're using a Mac, then Shift Command B to increase the size. In Young, do you know how to zoom out though? Like make it smaller?
Yeah, you have to click Control B, Control Shift B.
No, if that's to make it bigger, what if
Okay.
like
Smaller is Control B. Control B.
Control B. Okay, so we make it bigger, and then we want to label it like with the sector. So drag sector to label. Then it's showing the name, but it doesn't show like the hidden here because it's like that's the overlap. You see there are like small pies, like small pieces over here. Drag sector into color. That's already sector in color. So it's showing different colors for different sectors already. So we want to be able to show like all the labels, but right now it's not showing all because there are overlaps of the different pieces of the pie. Click label on the marks here. And then you will see that's like allow labels to overlap. Ticket, then it will overlap. But no, it's not really showing. Why doesn't it show? Okay, it shows here now. It's just like I have to say if I click on this, it's this one, government. So I have to drag it here. And then this is this one, which is a bit hard to see. So if this little piece is this title, government controlled institution. This little piece is government. And then this one is state enterprise. This one is private. And what's this public? Which one? This little, very little one here is public. It's very hard to see. It's just very difficult to look. Anyway, so yeah, we allow overlap and then just like arrange the title, arrange the label to match the piece of the pie that it represents. And then
อาจารย์ครับ I just have a small tip. Like in the government controlled institution, when you left click on the really small part, you can just click exclude. I mean, if you want to just get rid of the view, it's like a very fast way of filtering.
Which one? Can you say again?
The exclude. The exclude button. You have to click on that one. Left click.
Left click.
There's a button called exclude, and it will just disappear.
It will get rid of the label, right?
It's a very quick way to filter, so you don't need to drag.
What if I want it back? Then
you can just drag the filter pill out of the filter box on the left side, the filter. Yeah, you can just drag it. Remove. It's just a very fast way to filter.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So what In Young just said, what if we want to filter out, like don't want this, just click on it and then click exclude. It will get it out and move it here. If you want it back, so just remove it from the filter. It will come back. Okay, next we don't really want, we want to show like the demand as well. So we will drag the demand in units per month into label as well. So demand, drag it to label. It will show the demand over here. But we don't really want the demand in terms of unit, because if we look at what is said here, we want the proportion of demands. So we need to convert the demand into proportion or percentage. So click drop down for some demands in the label pill, some demands here, I think. And then choose, so this is the text, right? And then choose quick table calculation. And then choose percent of total. Then it will show like the percentage of the demand over the total demand, which is the proportion that we want. Is everyone following? I'll just continue if like you don't stop me. And so we get this, but just looks the same as this one, which is nice. Next, 3 is we want to show the proportion of demands for each type of business using a tree map chart. First, let's just talk a bit about tree map chart. I'm not sure if you have, if you're familiar with tree map chart. So a tree map chart is a kind of data visualization. It's like a chart which allows us to show hierarchical data using nested rectangles. It would look like similar to a tree in a way, but it would just be a rectangle. And then data are organized as branches and sub-branches represented using rectangles. Dimensions of the rectangles and colors are calculated with respect to the quantitative variables associated with the rectangle. And normally, like because it's a rectangle, there are 2 dimensions, like horizontal length and the vertical length. So it is possible to show up to 2 numerical values by the length and the height of the tree map, the square, the rectangle. So you can show like the 2 dimensions on it, and also it allows you to show like the hierarchical and nested. Why am I getting all this? Okay, nested data. So yeah, you can drill down within the data theoretically and a limited number of levels, because you can always nest within the nest within the nest, just like that. But there are some limitations. But it's nice. It gives like more information than a lot of other charts that we use. So you can use tree map chart to like at a glance distinguish between categories and data values easy. So this is an example. Like it shows the average growth in sales for motorbikes. And there's like the different categories, that's street motorbike, cruiser, adventure, sports, motocross. And then there are 2 dimensions to it, which like if you go to the website that I gave the address up there, we will see that it has 2 dimensions. Like when you click on the little bar, it will show like both dimensions. Or if you only have 1 dimension, then it's just redundant. It just doesn't really matter. So this one is probably 1 dimension is redundant. So ideal use cases for a tree map chart is a kind of data visualization the tree map charts works well only if it is used in situations that justify its use, which follow these examples, such as for the case that your data needs to be studied with respect to two quantitative values. So you want like at a glance visualization with respect to two quantitative values. So that's why it allows both the horizontal size and the vertical size of the rectangle to represent the two dimensions of values. Each rectangle or so-called node in the tree map chart showcases the values of two quantitative values. The dimensions of the rectangles represent the units. For example, like in the chart above, it represents the units sold for a model in the current year, and the color represents the growth in sales with respect to previous year sales. So that's the color, and that's the height measure. And you have a very large, the next type is like you have a very large amount of hierarchical data and a space constraint. Tree map charts are equipped to be able to plot more than tens of thousands of data points. There are other charts that can be used for plotting hierarchical data. Some of the charts may quickly come to mind are like multi-level pie chart and drag node chart. But this tree map chart is like an easy to understand level, hierarchical data. And it is useful when you want a quick high-level summary of the similarities and anomalies within one category, as well as between multiple categories. The dimensions and colors of the rectangles in a tree map chart are configured based on the numerical values assigned to each node. I tend to think that it's not just two dimensions. Actually, you can manipulate or utilize the tree map chart up to 3 dimensions because that's the horizontal length and then the vertical length and the color as well. And your data can be organized at several levels. As I said, we can nest within a nest within a nest, so we can drill down within like different level of granularity. Just like for this example, it has a lot of nested values, so there are a lot of hierarchies in here. And you can see that this is like, there is, this is the length dimension and the width the height dimension. And then this is like the bars, the charts in here differ in the length and the width. So it sort of looks like there's actually 3 dimensions that can be applied in the tree map charts. And then you can nest it, however, like as many levels as you want to. So this is like the nice thing about tree map chart. It works very well with different levels of hierarchy. But it has limitations. You cannot display data that varies in magnitude so much. It's going to look like not nice and difficult to understand. Out of the 2 quantitative values that a rectangle represents, the variable standing for the size of the rectangle cannot have a negative value. So because the height is always positive, we cannot represent the negative value from the height or the width. And one of the values that a rectangle stands for is to be gauged from the area of the rectangle. This is a slight difficulty when compared to other charts, where you can gauge values from the length of the data plot. The rectangles are automatically ordered by area within the parent node. The chart does not provide for any more sorting options. Tree maps having a large number of data points on a single level is just difficult to print and understand. So yeah, I mean, all charts have limitations. You just need to work around and know like which chart would be suitable for each situation. So let's just get on with creating the tree map. So create a new sheet and name it type. So we will start with making a pie chart, replacing sector with type. So drag type to rows and demands to columns. It doesn't really matter, row and column. And then show me and select pie chart. Again, it's very, just Control-Shift-B. And then we want the label, drag, click, drop down from, drag type into the label. And then drag type into the color, which is already different colors here. And then drag, I think we need to drag the sum demand as well. Demand to label is showing. And then we want to change it to percent total. So go to here, quick table calculation, percent total. Okay, so we have the pie chart for the type of business. Now we want to convert it to a tree map. Like look at here, is like it's very like cluttered. If we were to put all the labels in here, the labels would just be messy, like all over each other. Let me try allow overlap. Allow overlap, and it's just so messy, right? Okay, so let's see. We want to convert it to a tree map chart. Let's just go ahead and change the name to tree map. Or just tree map. And then what we will do, we will just click the show me and then choose this, and it's showing tree map chart. Okay, right now it's just showing the tree map in without like making the hierarchy or separating into categories. It's just all like different business type because we chose the type. But we can also separate it into like a nested schedule that looks similar to what we have discussed earlier. This one that will separate into maybe like different industry in different like section of the tree map. Let's just see how we do that. Is everyone following? If you're stuck, just stop me. So we want to separate the tree map into type of industries. But we will do this later. I'll just move on to other charts first, and then we'll come back to this, like the separating into different industry, like to the size of the industry. So let's move on to the fourth one, which we want the total demand for each province using a map. So create a new sheet, name it map. And then drag province to rows. Remember that when we enter like the province or the city, that there is a map in Tableau. Tableau will have the longitude and latitude in its software already that will be able to locate to the map. So we drag province to rows. And then click show me and select map. So this is just to show the locations without the information first. And then see it changes, how it changes to longitude and latitude. But then our map, it doesn't really show because it's saying 5 unknown over here. So we just have to click in here and then edit location, because right now it's taking it as United States, which the province that we enter in our data doesn't exist in United States. So we have to change this to Thailand. And then click OK. Now it's showing. So right now it only highlights like color the areas that we have the data in without showing like the demand, because we haven't dragged any more information to it. So now we want to move on to the next step, that is to show the demand by the color. So we will drag demand into the color. Now it would change according to the demand. And if we want to see over here, like just hide show me is blocking the view, then you will see that like what the color represents, like the low color, the dark color is higher demand, and so on. And if you move this, it will show the demand. Is everyone following up to here? I'll come call someone. Lab. Can you share your screen?
Oh, okay. I will wait a minute. I will log in from my another computer.
In your, if we are working like this, what do we want to save it as? Like, in case we get any errors and want to come back, just TWP.
Right, ครับอาจารย์ if you don't want to share it to other people, if you're working with your local drive, TW will be sufficient ครับ
Okay, thank
and
you.
the file will also be smaller, so when you open and close, it will be faster.
And it will come back to where we left off, right?
Right, ครับ but just be careful about the data, because if your connected data, it changes the destination, it changes the source, then it might create some error, and it will ask you to edit the data connection. So you just have to browse to the file location.
Okay, thank you.
ครับ
อาจารย์ครับ do I have to share my screen?
Yes. Share screen. And then just show us, like, walk through what you did. Does it work?
I cannot share my screen ครับ It's still loading and loading. I don't know why.
Let me unshare mine. Let's see. Can you try again?
Still loading ครับ
In Young, do you have any idea why they cannot share screen?
Can you repeat the question ครับอาจารย์
They cannot, like, the students cannot share screen. Do you know, like, what's going on?
I'm not wait, let me check ครับ you close the screen share, right?
For me, yeah.
What's your ตอนล่า what's the error นะครับ
It's loading, is it?
It's my screen is loading, keep loading, and it not appear that I can select the screen to share.
Just go to system preference and go to privacy and allow the team to use your screen, because you didn't allow first for the Mac OS.
Okay.
Oh, you're using Mac?
Yes ครับ
Okay.
Right ครับอาจารย์ from my experience, usually Mac user has a problem with Teams ครับ because Microsoft and Mac are not very
Not friendly.
It's not the problem, but the Mac have the privacy to allow the screen sharing.
Okay. How about the one that I cannot share videos? Does anybody know the audio? It asked me to install something and I cannot install. Can talk later.
You're using Mac, right, อาจารย์
Yes, right. And then when I try
it's
to
the
share the
same.
video, it says, like, I need to install something, and then I click install. It doesn't let me install.
I think it's maybe it could be the same problem like what I think Liu Rom, right, that says that about the privacy and security thing. I mean, I'm not a Mac user, so I can't really answer about that, but I have experience of I mean many Mac user having like these types of
Okay, Talab, does it work yet?
Yes, it works now.
Okay, share. Just go to your Tableau and just walk us through what you did. Show the map to get the map.
Yes, can you see my screen?
Yes.
This is the map. I duplicated from the 3-map chart and I drag the demand unit month into the color and drag the province into the detail. And at first, my province it become the United States area, so I have to fix by select the unknown and edit location.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Everybody's okay, right? They
That's
follow?
it.
Yeah, you can stop. Okay, let me get back to my screen. Where? Yes. Okay. Let's see. What's next? So we have the map, like each that shows each province, and also like it will be color coded according to the demand. Next is the number of companies that are our customers for each sector. And then as I said that if we don't want to like share, I mean, if we're not working with time related relationship, then a bar chart would be okay. So for this one, we will use a bar chart. So create a new sheet and name it bar chart. And then we want to show the bar chart that is number of companies. So when we see the word number, we can think of like, yeah, we probably want to count the entry. So we have to work with count something. And then for each sector, so we drag sector is like industry or service. That is what's meant by sector. So we drag industry or service to columns. Industry or service. And then ID customer is basically different customer will have different ID. So we drag this to the row. And then what if we have like, it's possible that we would have 2 rows with the same ID of the customer. So if we just want like the customer without counting like redundant or repetitive, then we need to do count distinct. So just go to measure and do count distinct. Then it will show the number of the customer that are distinct. And then we want it to be different colors. So we drag industry or service color under marks. Industry or service to colors. Now it's showing different colors. But look here, that's like a null because in our data, if you go back to the data sheet, data source, that's like some that has null, like no information for the type or for the, this case is null in the industry here. This one, because we are working with industry or service, right? And that's null here. So it's taking it as like another data group, but we don't want this. We want to exclude it. Then just go back to here. And let's just click exclude. Then it will take it out. Or I could do also the filter, but it works similarly, right? In Young, does it work in the same way? The exclude is the same as filter, yeah? It's just like here.
ครับ
It's
it's
like
the same
we are
ครับ
filtering out now. Yeah, okay. So then, okay, if we took out the null, this chart will count the number of customers we serve in the industry and service sector. And like I said, we use count distinct because we don't want to count like the entry that has the same customer ID. So we want the distinct customer ID to be counted.
Excuse me, can you show the setting in the filter again?
The filter.
Yeah.
Here, edit filter. It's just taking out the null. It's like here, but I think I can do it another way. Let me try another way. Yeah.
The right can you right click and again on the filters field and then click edit filter.
Yeah.
So and there's a tick that says exclude on the right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It depends on if you are if this one is ticked or not ticked. If this is ticked,
If
then
it's not ticked, then it will show. Oh, then I have to click this.
right. So it becomes a regular filter.
Okay.
But if it's ticked, it becomes an exclude filter. So it will be on opposite. It will be a reverse. So everything that is ticked will not be shown. So it will.
And it was like that at first. It was excluded because what I did was I removed it. I excluded it from over here. What I did was first I clicked here, but let me just start like back up again. Let's see what I did. So let me just select all first. Okay, what's happening?
You have to remove the exclude tick again, or you can just remove the filter altogether. The filter
Remove. Okay. So now I'm back up to here. What I did was I did this. I double click here. No, I right click here. And then I click exclude. Then it's just excluding the null. So when I go to here, the filter, edit filter, it would be automatically, it would tick here, exclude and null. But if I were to do it another way, let's just remove this. And then I just drag industry or service to the filter. And then it will let me choose. Now the exclude is not ticked. So I would just like whatever I tick here would be what's shown. So I'll tick out, remove the null. It's also like taking out the null from the view. Okay. So there are two ways that we can go about it.
อาจารย์ครับ just a little addition ครับ some might be confused like why it looks very confusing, right? Like why do we have those types of options? But then if you're working in like a very large data where we have a lot of categories, it will prove to be very useful ครับ
Okay, thank you. Okay, so next is 6. So now we have the bar chart of the number of companies for each sector. Next, we are ready to move on to our dashboard. And we want the dashboard to contain all the information mentioned above, include an interactivity of the dashboard as well. So let's just go to create a dashboard. Let's just pick someone. Let's anyone who wants to volunteer. Dashboard. Let me pick a name. Kumpat, you think you can try? You still have problems sharing your screen?
Yes, correct. Let me share. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's try to make a dashboard. Click on the dashboard. Down. Yeah, on the tab. That's like the tab with, I think, the square, mini square. Behind that one. Another one?
This one.
Yeah, okay. And then you see all the names. Just like, first, you want to select the fit screen. Up on the left corner. No, down the default. Is there like something that, fit screen or something?
Fit screen. Where is it, Kapatan?
Hold on.
Oh, this here.
Size, right?
You click
Size.
automatic.
Automatic, yeah. For the size, do automatic.
All right.
Okay. And then just let me open up the worksheet. And then you want to drag each sheet from the dashboard pane. You see on the left, there are the name of the sheets. Just drag them. You don't want to drag the table. Just get rid of the table. We want the line chart. Start from the line chart. Drag it, and then just drag
Do I
like
have to
other.
resize this first? Or
Yes. Just rearrange it. Yeah. Okay.
all of it, right?
You don't want this one. I think we just want the line chart month year. Remove that one on the left. The line. Yeah. Remove this one. Okay. And then just drag the others and then rearrange them to fit.
Wait. Okay. Control B. Bar chart. Okay.
Is that all? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
For the pie chart, I have some recommendation. Can you click on the pie chart and there's a can you left click and then there's on the right there's a little triangle, the arrow. Can you go down? There are more options, and then click fit. Do you see fit? Yep. And then click entire view.
All right.
So
Yeah.
it will try to fix into the size of that the shape of the workspace.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I think we can do that for all the charts, right? I mean,
I don't think that it's only applicable for like pie chart and some chart. I forgot like which type, but most of the charts they automatically fit to the entire view.
Okay.
Right, but for the pie chart, I don't know why, but it's very naughty. It doesn't really fit into.
Okay, let's just come back to my screen. Ooh. Where is that? Having trouble getting back to the meeting. Okay. Share screen. I'll just go ahead and do mine. Like I didn't do it yet. So dashboard. And then I'll do automatic already. So I'll move this and resize. How do you resize? You need to like click something else first before you resize.
มันรีไซส์ไม่ได้หรอครับอาจารย์ต้องลากแบบชีทอื่นเข้ามาก่อนถึงจะรีไซส์ได้
Okay. Then I need pie chart. So we cannot resize, huh?
Maybe you can click add floating.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't want
I
to
think
force
it fits to your screen ครับ
Yeah, okay. It's fine. And I'll just drag theory chart, map. Yes, it's just looking weird. So if we don't choose float, then we cannot resize. Chart. Okay. It's just weird. Never mind. I don't know. I'll just try to see if I can move it around. Maybe this one. Okay, it looks a bit better. This, I can move it. Okay. I want this to be bigger. Just play it around. Play around it. It's just getting weirder and weirder. Fit to view. Fit. Entire view. Okay. Okay, this one doesn't have fit entire view, but I think I can resize it and make this bigger. Maybe I can. Yeah, just play around, move it around, and then like try to rearrange. So you get something that looks like this. Next, we want to work on the separating the tree map into two sections, like one side for industry and one side for service. So we have to go back to the tree map sheet, and we can just like click the tree map sheet over here, but sometimes like when we have a lot of charts, it's hard to find like where like is the sheet. So we can click from here and then click this arrow that says go to sheet. Then it will bring us back to here. And then I will drag industry or service detail under marks. Details. And then move it on top. Why do we want to move it on top? Because we want it to be like the highest hierarchy in the tree map. So move this. Okay, on top. So we want this to be the top hierarchy before the other things. And then notice that there's this thing here, which is like the null thing. Oops. Tree map. Okay. So we want to drag industry or service to filter. And then we don't want the null to appear, so uncheck the null. Click OK, then the null disappeared. Now we have like this on one side, which is electrical, authority, chemicals. This is the industry, and the other side is the service. Some people may get this sort of problem. I'll come back to this later. Then we want different color for, if we want different color for industry and service, then we want to like make it separate. So we want different colors for different industry, and also within each type of sector, we want the shading to represent like the high demand and low demand. So we will right click on some demand in color, which is already showing, and then do discrete. And for industry or service detail, we will change it to color, industry or service. Here, change to color. Now it's showing different colors for industry and service. And also it's showing like different shading for the demand. With we still have null here. So just exclude. Why am I getting this one? How do I exclude this one?
So can you try right clicking in the filter? Edit filter.
I did. It's already null. Or maybe it just.
So can you click on that one? All right. Can you click
this?
on that one? Okay. So it's excluded in the view, but it is still included in the
data. Yeah. So that's no way to take it out of the data, right? It's just gonna exclude from the view. And do I take this out to the null here? Filter data.
You can just.
There's a 7. Did
so
it take it out?
You just filter it out.
Okay. Okay, so we have that. Anybody that has like problem that it's showing is not separating into two sides? Anyone? Anyone stuck with here? No? Guess there's some setting that you need to do if you're stuck with this. Like sometimes it doesn't allow you, it does not separate into two sides nicely. Like it would just be very narrow for one of the other thing, because if it takes into account the size of the demand of industry or service, then you want to change the setting. If it happens like that, you would have to right click on the sum demand in units per month. No, it's not this one. Check. If we get something like this, then we have to, on the mark pane, the size symbol in front of sum, we have to right click and then click edit or create table calculation and uncheck industry or service. In this way, it will not take into account the demand difference of industry or service, and will just give equal area for industry and service, which is what we want. So notice that these two like these two are not relative in size. So if you compare office to electrical, it doesn't mean that electrical has more demand than office because it's in different sector. But if you were to compare like within each sector, then it might work like that. The office is like has bigger area than hotel and so on. Yeah. Okay.
อาจารย์ครับ
ค่ะ
I have a lot of questions in regards to the tree map chart. And when you look at the tree map chart, you can see in here that the darker the color, the smaller the value, which is counterintuitive to what many people are used to. So if you want to change it, if you want to reverse it, if you want like the larger the area, the darker the color, you have to create a new calculated field and make it a negative value so that it reverses. So it's a bit it's not very convenient, but it's the only way to work around. I don't know why Tableau would make it like this.
Let's try, like, let me make a copy because we don't want to mess this up. Let's try it. Duplicate, right? Okay.
And
now reverse color. Okay.
Then you have to right click on the sum and demand on the left and on the left tab, not in the pill, the Mars card on the left.
Okay. Some demand here.
And then right click. Then can you click on create.
Okay.
Calculated field, but instead you can just name it demand and then just put a negative sign in front. So this is just a duplicate with a negative.
And just drag this to color.
ครับผม exactly ครับ
Now like that.
ครับผม
Okay.
And you just have to you have to do it again, like the whole thing.
The industry. I wish I forgot. Industry or service to color.
To detail ครับอาจารย์ to detail.
Industry. But I want to change this to discrete first, right?
ครับ
Where is it?
Oh, and the size is the size could remain the same, but just the color.
Color.
To discrete.
Okay, and then industry or service to detail. Move it up top. No, this is tight. I did it or is this one? Nah. It's just confusing. Industry or service to detail. And why is it showing as type though?
It's correct ครับอาจารย์ it's in the third row, industry or service.
So
and then
I drag this up
drag it to the top, drag the pill, right, and then drop
and then
off.
change it to color.
ครับ
Okay.
And it will reverse it, then this works fine.
Okay. So we can actually use this one on the dashboard as well, right?
ครับผม
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So we might want to change this. Just remove it, and then tree map chart reverse color. Pull it up here. Okay. Cool. And over here, if we don't need it, we can just remove them, right? This one, I don't think it matters. What? No. How do I remove this one?
You can just click close ครับอาจารย์ the on the left the mark.
This is it?
Right. Just remove it ครับ
Oh. Okay, now next we are done with this and this. We have the dashboard. And then let's look at the dashboard. This kind of like have different colors. So we want to change it to be the same color so it makes more sense. So let's see, blue is for industry. So I'll just double click here. How do I change color? Why doesn't it let me? Or do I need to go to original sheet? Then I change this to blue. Okay, and then I have to change service to orange. Then I go back to the dashboard. Now the color is changed. It's kind of filtered to this, so I want to, how do I get like both of them? Okay. So I didn't save it. Let me just save it. Save as just LPG. Okay, next, we changed the color of the bar chart to be the same as the tree map, which is great. Now, next we want to make it interactive. Notice like now it doesn't do anything. If I click on here, the others just remain the same. That's this little thing that is like, you know, the funnel shape that say use filter. We just go ahead to all the charts and click it so that it will filter. Why is this so big? Oh, because it's filtered now. So just click on the funnel for all. And let's just see. If you double click, it will just unfilter it and just go back to selecting everything. And if you come to here and you click on it, it will filter all other charts to be just for shopping center demand. And if you double click on the empty space, it will just go back to unfiltering. See what's next. This one you can like rearrange the labels. Maybe if you go to the original sheet. It's okay to me. I wanna rearrange it. It's not so responsive. Okay. This somehow appears that null is still here. We want to exclude. Now then we go back to the dashboard. I was working on. How do I unfilter? It's just. What's going on? In Young, do you have any idea? How do I get out of this?
Can you click on the map and then
Okay.
click on, yep, that's it. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay, now I've filtered, done the interactive. Next is forecasting. So you want to try forecasting. Let's see if we select textile. Oops. Set textile from the type. Here, this is textile. You can't really see it. So we kind of see like the down trend on here. And then to create a forecast, just click go to sheet in line chart. Then it will lead us here. And now the data is like is filtered to it's probably filtered to textile. Yeah, it's filtered to the textile industry because that's what we clicked on the dashboard. And then we want to try to do the forecast. So click on analytics on the top of the side pane, analytics. And then there's a forecast here, double click it. And then notice that it's just gonna create like a forecast of the future. And this is what it did is it's using exponential smoothing for the forecast. And you can kind of play around with the parameter. And let me just like share some video. In Yong, you can share.
อาจารย์คะ
ค่ะ
ตรงช่องฟิลเตอร์ค่ะ มันมาอย่างไรอะคะ หนูกดตามไม่ทัน
ฟิลเตอร์อันไหนเอ่ย
เนี่ยค่ะ
นี่เหรอคะ
ใช่ค่ะ
มันมาเองเพราะว่า like when we were in dashboard we selected textile here so the data in all other sheets will be filtered to textile so when I go to this chart no when I go to the line chart is it this one this already appears because I chose that as the filter from the dashboard. So what I did was I was just checking that I click on here and I check edit filter to see if it's really true that the data here is filtered to textile, which is true because we have already selected the filter from the dashboard. Okay.
หนูเลือกแล้วมันทำไมมันไม่ขึ้นมาค่ะ ในหน้าแดชบอร์ดเลือกตรง
ต้องดับเบิลคลิกแล้วป่ะคะดับเบิลคลิกหนูโชว์สกรีนมาดิ you share your screen let me go back to this
นี่ค่ะ นี่ใช่ไหมคะ
is that textile double click
You haven't selected it as filter yet.
Yeah, you didn't do the funnel. You have to click all the funnel shape, you see, on the right hand corner. The black tab on the right. Black tab, that's like the funnel shape.
อันนี้ค่ะ
Yeah, you have to click on it on every chart. No, down. The funnel. รูปกรวยอะค่ะ รูปกรวยอันที่ 3 จากบน click on it. Just click on it and do that for every chart. Funnel, yeah, okay.
แล้วก็ go to sheet
Yes. Did you do for all yet? The
ค่ะ
bar chart? Yes. Then double click on the textile again. Yeah, see now, no, double click on it. You just deselected. Double click on textile again. Now it filtered. Yeah, then go to sheet. Go to the line chart sheet. No, yes, okay. Then just check on it. Click on, right click on that tab. Yeah, right click, edit filter. Scroll down, yeah. So see now textile is highlighted, yes.
ค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
Okay. Yeah, and you might just try forecast. Just go on. ทำต่อเลยลูก
ค่ะ
ทำ forecast ทำยังไง Go to analytics.
แล้วอันไหนต่อคะ
Analytics and then double click forecast.
อันนี้ใช่ไหมคะ
I think try. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it.
ค่ะ
พันธิราใช่ไหมเอ่ย
ใช่ค่ะ
เบอร์อะไรเนี่ย หาไม่เจอ What's your number? Like เลข2 ตัว
เลขข้างหน้าใช่ไหมคะ
ค่ะ
เลขที่26ค่ะ
26
พันธิรา
โอเค ค่ะ Okay, let's see where we are. Okay, and Young, I'm gonna send to you. You just show the video.
Okay, club.
Okay.
Oh wait นะครับ I have to sign in. I can't open the video ครับอาจารย์ I'm like blocked by let me share you my screen.
Hold on. It doesn't work.
ครับ
The link doesn't. Oh, because you need to log in.
I already logged in ครับอาจารย์ maybe it's because let me check.
Watch now.
Let me try again. Maybe I have to put in my information. Just give me 1 minute นะครับ
Someone can help me. Can someone help me with Mac, the share permission? Where is it? Like if I want to share the system audio. Hello. The share permission, where is it? Accessibility.
Okay ครับ I can play the video now ครับ
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, let me share the computer sound.
Yeah.
Welcome to this video on forecasting. You can download the exercise workbook to follow along in your own copy of Tableau. Forecasting means using a statistical model to generate predictions for future data based on historical information. It's very easy to build a forecast in Tableau, though there are some constraints we'll cover at the end. All we need is a date and a measure, and then, from the Analytics tab, bring out Forecast. The view will have both the forecast and prediction intervals, the shaded band, by default. If we change the mark type to a circle, the prediction interval becomes whiskers around the point. Tableau uses exponential smoothing to generate a forecast based on the data in the view. Here we have a forecast of shipping cost across the months of ship date. The model selection is automatic, but there are some things that we as the user can adjust. If we want to customize the default forecast, right-click in the view, select Forecast, Forecast Options. Forecast length sets how far in the future the forecast will extend. We could make it exactly 3 months. Source data has a handy option, Ignore Last. This is good to use when a portion of relevant data is missing. For example, if we're aggregating to month but we're partway through the current month, we may want to trim what data is used in the forecast back to the last complete month. By default, Tableau ignores the last unit of aggregation, month, year, etc. The forecast model can be automatic or automatic without seasonality, which leaves everything up to Tableau, or custom. Custom brings up 2 further options. Trend, which can be set as none, additive, or multiplicative, and season, with the same options. Unless you have a reason to change these, Tableau's automatic settings usually do very well. Information on additive and multiplicative models can be found in the online help article accessible by clicking this link. The last option is the prediction interval. The shaded area represents the range of values for the forecast with 95% confidence. That is to say, the statistical model thinks there's only a 5% chance the future value will be outside the shaded area. The more precise our confidence, the wider the band will be. Here we have a forecast of sales for various order priorities. If we want to see more information about these forecasts, we can pull up the description. Right-click in the view, go to Forecast, Describe Forecast. There are 2 tabs here. On the Summary tab, we can see the time series and measure used, how far the forecast goes and what date it was based on, including what was ignored, and if there's a seasonal pattern. We also get some additional information about the measure specifically. This table is broken out by the dimensions in the view. I like looking at the contribution by trend and season. 2 order priorities don't seem to have any real seasonality in their historic data, as well as quality, which indicates how well the forecast fits the existing data. The second tab is for the models. Tableau uses Holt-Winters exponential smoothing, and this tab describes the quality metrics and smoothing coefficients used in the model. Again, Tableau will automatically evaluate the data and apply the appropriate model. There is no way to alter the smoothing constants used. For a complete explanation of the information found in Describe Forecast, please see the online help article by clicking this link. Forecasting has some requirements. It needs at least one date or a dimension with integer values and one measure. At least 5 data points, and if the data is seasonal, at least 2 seasons worth of data. Forecasting also has some restrictions. Because of the nature of the forecasting models, forecasting cannot be done against a cube, on a view containing table calculations, totals, or subtotals, or on disaggregated measures or dimensions. Tableau can provide a lot of information about the forecast by way of the forecast field results. This feature is easiest to explain by showing it off. Here we have a forecast of profits across order date. If we click on the pill that has been forecasted, indicated by the thick upward arrow, and go to Forecast Results, we see several options. We'll bring a new copy of the forecasted field, Profit, to the tooltip. On this pill, open the menu and go to Forecast Results, and we'll pick Precision. We'll click on the tooltip to edit. Here where we have Forecast Precision, we'll insert that value. Now when we hover over a point in the forecast, we get that plus or minus indicating the size of the prediction interval. Another cool thing is this forecast indicator. Here in our timeline, we see the forecasted values in light blue. Let's duplicate this tab as a crosstab. We'll swap our axes, and we'll move forecast indicator from columns to color. We can edit our colors to be a bit easier to read. We'll change the estimate to be orange. We can remove things that we don't care about as much. And now this crosstab shows our actual values in blue, and in orange, we get the forecasted value as well as the prediction interval. Thank you for watching this forecasting training video. We invite you to continue with the free training videos to learn more about using Tableau.
Okay. So I think we will just take a break and then we'll come back. And in the afternoon, I just have a bit more to cover, and then we will go ahead and separate into groups. This assignment is probably going to take longer, so I will give you like about 1.5 hours or more. And then you will work in groups of 6. So you might want to just like get together and just chat how you will do the grouping in line. And then when we come back, we'll discuss a bit more, and then we'll go ahead with like the group work. And then we'll do presentation towards the end. So afternoon would just be the workshop and presentation. Okay, so I'll see you around 1. Just end recording. How do I end recording?
You click on more options, more actions. And then click on stop recording.
The ... Okay.
Right, that couple more actions.